address. I have a book. Let me just address that. I was going to address that in a different video. So my book came out. There were errors, not errors that I thought, because I already had the proofs. As you can see, a whole stack of them over there. When I tried to put it on other sites, they said, oh, the dimensions and blah, 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 blah. It was crazy. It's something called margins and gutters and trim size, all this stuff. So I had to take my book off, unpublish it, so that I can get those things corrected. It was, I go to therapy every week. I was crying to my therapist every week because I felt like I had accomplished something and then I had to take it away. The devil is busy. I didn't give up. I cannot say this enough. I have so many things going on. Just because I do not get on here and tell you guys about it, I have a lot go. Oh my God, it's overwhelming. Listen, his mom always is like, I don't know how you do it. I have a house. When I met my fiance, he had just built his house the year before I met him. I built my house the year I met him. We had 2 houses. My house is in a development. His house is on more land. It's open, blah, 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 whatever. We had to make a decision. I remember within, like I said, relationships and early sobriety move fast. Everybody's in love. So within the first 3 months, I'm like, I'm going to like, whatever. His mom, she told me, loved me to death, but she was like, I think you should wait and see how things work out in this relationship. You guys don't know if you're going to be together. And if something goes awry, you will always be able to go back to your house. I did that. I took her advice. We are approaching 1 year. So, and let me just say this for the bitches in the back. I met my fiance in treatment. I did not know the caliber of man that I was meeting at the time. If you were in treatment with me, please feel free to chime in. I knew he was a good person. We were peer leaders. We were both had the little armband saying we're peer leaders. We're like examples on campus. I'm more flagrant, like, oh, look at me. I was, every day I had to get up, do my hair, makeup. I'll be late to group. I don't recommend that. But he was more like, it still is. Rigid. He'll have an anxiety attack when we're late. Like, oh, I got to be there on time. He could be on time for some shit that's not even scheduled. But anyway, I said while I was in treatment, if you were in treatment and you talked to me, you were wanting to text, you know who you are. If you want to, please feel free to chime in. I told everybody, I'm going to be a sobriety influencer. I'm going to write a book. And I'm just going to focus on my sobriety. So far, I've accomplished... Oh, that's another thing I said. I was on FMLA. I said, if I do not make $1,000 when I get out of treatment online, I will give it up. I'll go back to work. If you go back and watch my videos on Christmas, I bought us a cruise. Now, I already have money. Like, let's not overcomplicate things. I didn't start from the bottom. Now we're here. I had money because my partner of 8 years died. He left me a couple coins. Moving on. But I had a plan to retire when I'm 50. So I said, if I can make $1,000, that was in 90 days. Bitch, I was giving you some time, some grace. I said, yo, if I make $1,000 in 90 days, I'm going to do this full time. I made $1,000 in a week. And had brand deals, everything. You see it. Go back and look at my videos. Whatever. Never had a problem. He supported me 100%. He might not like when I say this, but I'm going to say it because I want you guys to be aware of some of the difficulties that having relationships in early sobriety can bring. Shit started getting tight. Not for me. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. When you're in a relationship with somebody, let me just say this. I do not agree with that 50-50 thing. I will never. I don't. I don't. I agree that I should help, but we're not gonna go bar for bar. This ain't no rap battle. I'm not doing it. So things started, whatever. Listen, I don't know if you guys have seen my videos. I have a wardrobe to die for. Like, if you go back and look at my video when his mom came to my house and she's seen I have custom closets for a house. I'm going to get to the house. The whole point of the video, I'm going to get to the house. I pay for my shoes, my clothes, my bags. If you ever knew me back home, I've always been a trendsetter. So I'm not going to put that type of evil on anybody, Ricky Bobby. I do it myself. Do I feel like somebody needs to be laying around not doing nothing? No. But you giving or you doing your part doesn't have to be financial. Like, if you have a man that you take care of, you make sure like his, clothes are ironed, his meals are cooked, his house is clean. I am going to do some, but I'm not going to do all. So anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, whole nother video. The same energy that he put behind my dreams and goals, it doesn't matter if that's the perception of him. It's my perception, and that's all that matters. That might have not have been his intention, but that's how I perceive it as. That he doesn't have the same energy. Listen, guys, I made an earlier video. You know what? I'm going to let it go. I'll catch the next one. You guys, to my house. If you go back and look at my videos, you'll. It's not easy. It's hard work. If you guys back to my house, if you go back and look at my videos, you'll see that the very first time I was able to get off of the treatment center campus, my fiance went with me. And he's like, I've built 2 houses. It's okay. Because I was mad that my builders didn't have more done. Because my goal was to go to treatment, do 90 days. By the time I got out, my house would be finished. That didn't happen. But I was prepared because, again, I had some coins. I was prepared to go to a Marriott or Hilton, wherever I was going to stay. I am doing so much that I have not even shared with you guys.